8 lakh workers went unpaid. The US economy lost 11 billion. That's more than India spends annually on building rural roads. The 2013 shutdown cost 24 billion in lost output. Even NASA is affected. Its research grinds to a halt. Debt pile that's now crossed 34 trillion. Global markets are breathing easier, stocks are up, currencies are steady, and relief is spreading from Wall Street to Dalal Street. Because after weeks of political brinkmanship, US senators have finally moved to end Washington's latest self-inflicted crisis, the government shutdown. The Dow Jones surged more than 400 points, and the Nasdaq climbed nearly 2%, and across the Pacific, Asian markets rallied. In India, the Sensex jumped over 300 points and the rupee strengthened slightly against the dollar. Investors call it a relief rally, but let's call it what it is. A global sigh of relief that the world's largest economy will not shut itself down. So what exactly is this shutdown that sends the globe into panic every few years? A shutdown doesn't mean America is broke. It means its politicians can't agree. The US Congress, that's 535 lawmakers, must pass funding bills every year to keep the government running. When they fail to do so, the US Treasury legally loses permission to spend. And when that happens, the most powerful government on earth begins to power down. Federal offices lock their doors, national parks and museums close, passport and visa services stop, government websites go dark, hundreds of thousands of federal employees are sent home without pay. During the 2018-19 shutdown, which lasted 35 days, nearly 8 lakh workers went unpaid. Another 4.1 million government contractors faced the delays in payments. The US economy lost 11 billion in GDP, including 3 billion permanently wiped out, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Think about that. $11 billion gone because lawmakers couldn't agree on a budget. That's more than India spends annually on building rural roads. And here's the thing. Shutting down costs more than running the government. The 2013 shutdown cost 24 billion in lost output without saving a single dollar. The fallout goes far beyond Washington. When the US agencies stop functioning, visas and permits are delayed, small businesses waiting for federal loans are stuck, farmers lose access to agricultural data. Even NASA is affected. Its research grinds to a halt. And then come global tremors. The US economy is worth 28 trillion, roughly 1/4 of global GDP. So every hiccup in Washington shakes markets worldwide. During past shutdowns, Wall Street lost hundreds of billions in value. The dollar weakened, bond yields jumped, and foreign investors pulled out of emerging markets. For India, the effects are quieter but unmistakable. US federal contracts worth hundreds of millions are handled by Indian IT firms. When those payments freeze, Indian tech companies feel the pinch. This time, senators have stepped back from the cliff. They have agreed to a temporary funding bill to keep the government open at least until early next year. But it's a patchwork fix. The core issues remain unresolved. Massive budget deficits, political polarization, and a growing debt pile that's now crossed 34 trillion. Here's the thing. The United States borrow 1 trillion every 100 days just to keep the government functioning. Yet it lectures the world on fiscal discipline. So what are they fighting over this time? Spending cuts, immigration controls, and aid to foreign wars. Republicans want deep spending reductions and Democrats refuse to budge. The result is a nation of 330 million people held hostage by political ego. And while Washington fights, the world holds its breath because when the US government freezes, everything from trade flows to defense deals gets delayed. It affects oil prices, currency values, and global supply chains. Even the International Monetary Fund, IMF, wants that repeated shutdowns undermine global confidence in America's political system. The same system that sets the tone for the global financial order. The world depends on US Treasury bonds, on the dollar, on American consumer demand. But how long can the world rely on an economy that routinely shuts down over politics? Every time this happens, the message to the world is the same. America is rich but divided, powerful but unstable. The markets may have rallied today, but the question remains: how many more times will the world's largest economy flirt with chaos before the system cracks? Tell me in the comments. This is Indu Tyagi and you're watching WantStats. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next deep dive. Till then, stay tuned to WantStats for the news that matters.